with some precision driving to warm up the audience. Then Peter carries out a car-to-car transfer, blindfolded. This maneuver can cripple, without an instinctive feel for timing, linking stuntman and driver. Success once again. Peter is proud that the only serious injury he's ever had was to lose the top of his thumb in a T-bone crash.
I haven't got a death wish. Being a stuntman, a lot of people have asked me, have you got a death wish? And I say no, I like living, I want to remain alive.
Here, Peter is training one of his team to do a nosedive crash in next week's show. Not bad. A couple more and he'll be ready.
Much impact?
This stunt has two problem areas. If you undershoot, you disappoint the audience. If you overshoot, you'll take a lot more punishment than you should. Auto stunts will be the bread and butter of most people in the business. Grant Page has done 6 crashes already this year.
The main thing about cars is if you're not a proficient mechanic and you don't know something about physics and stresses and strains that a vehicle's likely to come under in certain situations, then you can't predict what's going to happen. And the main thing about a stunt is you've got to be able to predict it. You've got to know what's going to happen in it. Not just to yourself, but to the equipment that you're using. I had one bad one when I didn't predict what was going to happen to the equipment, and it nearly cost me my life. That was a very valuable lesson. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons I'm alive now. But with a car, probably more than anything else, it is rigging, gearing it up.
Grant spent 2 hours checking out his homemade buggy before attempting this difficult maneuver. He had to chase a van and cut off its escape with a high-speed handbrake turn. A mechanical failure might have turned that spin into a roll.
Now, if you're going to do a car roll, that's something that doesn't normally happen to a car, and quite a few... If you're going to do one for a stunt, you've got to rechange the structure of the car so that you won't be hurt. You do things like you weld up the doors so that they're all completely solid. You cut the outside of the windows so that the glass all pops out in one complete piece. You go right through the inside, taking all the projections off. You chain the block of the motor down so that it can't come back through the firewall. If you're going to roll in one direction or the other, you tie down the brakes on one side, you lower the tyre pressure on one side so it goes over easier. In fact, the actual rim will put you over right from the tyre. Then there's a special harness that you actually wear. It's a complete body harness that straps you to a back plate that holds you back rigid and saves any sort of back injuries.